So I was at NBC4 for a while last night, and I understand we get in this mode where journalistically you're taught to do this, right? But approaching like football coaches like we approach elected officials, even though we know elected officials are full of it, we operate in this world where they are obligated to tell us the truth. They are supposed to present the true information. They don't, but I think there is some legal obligation they're supposed to do that.
I don't think it's a legal obligation.
Well, they certainly don't do it.
They could tell you some semblance of the truth.
Well,
none of them will tell you 100% truth. And nothing you deal with, even the judges that are sworn to tell you, priests, preachers, doctors, lawyers, they don't tell you the 100% truth. They tell you what you need to know.
Well, that is exactly where I was headed, because we're parsing Dan Quinn's words a lot. And it's understandable because you take what the head coach says and you try to put the picture together. So Dan Quinn on Sunday says Jayden was healthy enough to come back in the game.
Yeah.
We get to Wednesday. Dan Quinn says doctors didn't clear him this week. He's not going to go. It's the advice of our medical experts.
Yeah.
Then we see Jayden practice on Wednesday, which I found kind of interesting. And he's listed as limited on the injury report, even though he's already out for Sunday's game. And I am just reminded, NFL head coaches, when Dan Quinn gets up to that microphone out here at BigBear.ai Performance Center, he is not under oath. He has not sworn on a Bible.
No.
There is no possible perjury charges. They can present whatever information they want. So if we want to, parse DQ's words and say, well, you said this and now you're saying this, they don't care.
Yeah, but that's
there are inconsistencies in what we've been told, but I don't think we should act like that's a federal crime. That happens all the time.
I don't see, but the thing of it is, who says there's inconsistencies? The fact that he said he could have gone back in the game, and then when the doctors come in and they look further, they decide not to let him play, that could be just the doctor saw a little bit more. And then they decided not to let him play.
Or more happened over 24 hours.
You made the comment yesterday, I think you said, oh, Lord, I had it on my tongue, and then I let it go. You're talking about something that, like, when the coach says something, and then something else can happen. It'll pop back in my head.
Somebody could.
It's like, but the whole thing is this. Oh, yeah, you said Jayden practiced yesterday. He ain't getting hit in that practice.
Right.
So him practicing in a practice and playing in the game are 7,000% different things. In practice, if somebody touched him, they probably cut him. In the game, people are going to try to touch him. When he doesn't supposed to be touched, they're going to bump into him. They're going to do something to irritate and agitate the hell out of him. So, but the thing of it is this. What we have become as a society, we don't believe nothing nobody says.
Sure.
We always listen. We do a little bit of what Jeff mentioned this to me one day about himself. Jeff don't listen to answer. He listens to respond. Okay? Which means I'm not listening. I just can't wait till you stop talking so I can respond. Okay? Which means you don't hear even what the person is saying completely. If we ever just do what we want people to do with us, listen to the whole question or the whole answer, and then go from there. But while a person is talking, we are already on to our next question. Because we don't listen to the whole. We listen to keywords. Okay? And once he says one little keyword, he could talk for the next 15 minutes. We don't hear nothing that he's saying. So I have learned very much to stay in it. Because when they say a person could go back in the game, I've seen those situations. Guy go back in the game. We don't think he should. He goes back. He's good the next day. Seen guys not go back in the game. And then the next day, damn, he can't move. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he could have gone back that night because that adrenaline was flowing.
I also think, and this is where I think we get too caught up in, the official statements and not allow for context. In all manner of life, you're talking with your wife, you're talking with your coworkers, you're talking with your children. Context matters so greatly. That's why, electronic communication, emails, text messages. A lot of times they lack context. So somebody can mean one thing and the message comes through.
The emotion.
Right.
The emotion in a 4-word answer emotionally could mean 5 different things.
So I've landed at a spot with Jayden where you played 14 years in the NFL. By the time you got to week 15, how many guys on that field are at 100%?
The coaches.
Right.
Because they're not playing.
And they might have a cold. Who knows?
Like I always had the coaches tell me, hey, not that cold out here today, baby. I'm like, you got on a damn overcoat,
right?
Long johns, plus stuff on top of that, and you got a damn scarf wrapped around your head. I can't put all that on in practice.
Right.
So you're damn straight it's not cold to you. It's cold to me.
I think it's entirely possible, if we allow for all the context involved of what's going on, that on some level Jayden re-injured that elbow. The elbow was hurt. I think it's really important to point out that throughout this season, as Jayden has dealt with injuries, none of them have been a re-injury. He hurt the knee, got better, hurt the hammy, got better, hurt the elbow. This is the first time it's a re-injury. That's a different concern, because if you can re-injure it once, what does that open the door to significant if you get hit?
I think you got to change that word, because the re-injured could just be an agitation.
Sure, agitate,
so
whatever you want to call it.
When you say re-injured, we know people will run with that.
Okay, that's fair.
In essence.
But it's a different paradigm when it is agitating.
It's the same injury.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think last week, Jayden's fighting like hell to get back on the field. That's what we know about this young man. To a man, they tell you how impressed they are by his work ethic, his toughness, all these things. And last week, the trainers, the docs, Jayden, everybody says, all right, he's good to go. He can play. This week, is that Jeff's response? I saw it.
No.
Oh, I know what that one is.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm gonna answer. No, I didn't. But you know, if some of them like that in your profession.
Last week, Jayden meets with the trainers, the medical staff, the coaches, and they're like, "Coach, he's good to go. We can clear him. He's ready to rock." This week, it's entirely possible that the coaching staff or the front office or perhaps even ownership is like, yo, unless he's 100%, he's not cleared this week. The bar can change for what we need to see the young man be. And last week they could say, all right, 80% of Jayden, we believe, is a higher ceiling than other players. We see this all the time.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner last week missed 2 days of practice and was questionable on Friday. But they know what they've got in Bobby, even if he is not fully himself. But this week they could say, all right, Jayden, we've seen this thing happen and get agitated and it's sore. We need you 99% to get on the field.
To protect yourself better.
Right. And you know what? The trainers could be like, all right, coach, all right, Adam Peters, all right, whoever they're talking with, he's not fully at 98%, whatever it is. So the bar for what they are clearing him for can change. And that can be a decision made by lots of parties with lots of different input, and that could take the context of a 3-10 season coming off of the worst performance this team has had in 2 years into it.
Yeah.
So, like, people that want to be dismissive of this being a medical decision, I think you're missing the boat. But the medical opinions can also
The question I would
evolve.
ask is this. If it's a medical decision or if it's the person who has that as an investment decide to make a decision, what damn difference does it really make? Okay, listen. If I go out and buy, I'm going to just use a car, Bugatti. And as a professional driver that wants to drive my car, I don't have a damn problem with it one bit or the other. But if you say, let me go take it for a spin, I might say something wrong with the tire. It's probably a lie. It's not a mechanical decision, but it's an investment decision because I don't think you can handle that car. And I think people have to get to the point, listen, man, media today, I would ask this question. How many people are really trying to carry the story, and how many people are trying to really get a rise off of something? There are a lot of people out there doing that. Tons of people take care of the story. A lot of other people want to get an angle so they can have something different than the other person. Angles have made people stop caring about the truth Because people can tell you the truth today. Guess what you're going to do? Most people are going to question it anyway, because that's what we're trained to do at this point. We got to find something that somebody else didn't find. So we dig so damn much that the truth is never presented, and when it is, we can't even see it.
So I think at times there's a difference between information gathering and seeking, and I think there's a difference between information gathering and getting to the truth. And I think the path to the truth is often filled with information gathering, but I think a lot of times information presented is not fully truthful. So you can line up all the statements that are made and present them, but that's not always going to be the full story. But the information provided does not look completely linear. It does not look like, oh, okay, this all makes sense. There are, when you tell us he could have gone back in Sunday and then on Wednesday he's not cleared, without any other information, it is inconsistent.
But that's where I'm lost.
I don't think they care, though.
No, I don't know if they care or not, but it makes sense to me. I don't know why it don't make sense to everybody else. It makes sense to me because I've been through it and I've seen it. But this is the thing about it. Nobody cares about that. But the person that's asking the question today, they feel like they are the judge and jury. They know everything you're thinking and what you're trying to say and what you should be trying to say. But the person that's telling you it has happened over and over again. This has happened in the past when things were totally different. So I don't understand why it seems so odd, because the problem is so many people today write stories before the story is presented. They're trying to finish up something. They just need you to say one word to help them now release it. And when you don't, then now they have, oh, damn, I got to write another story. By Dan saying he could have gone in the game, I believe him. And then by him not going this week, I think doctor said there, and like I told you, when you know it too, you said all the time, when that adrenaline dies, that pain threshold is different.
Sure.
So in the game, when you twisted my arm and I already got adrenaline, oh, yeah, I'm cool. So you have nothing to be conscious of. But when I come back the next day, when now everything has subsided, and I'm like, oh, they're like, hey, we better hold him out. I see that, and then, but clearly, it's not your throwing arm, so you can throw the ball. We always say you got to get the experience. So him out there practicing doesn't mean one damn bit of thing, because he's not gonna get hit in practice. So I just don't understand how it's like, oh, because he said he could have gone back in, and now he's not gonna play this week. They're being cautious. They're taking precautions,
and dude,
which everybody does.
They should be cautious.
But that is what they are doing. Basically, what everybody said they should do, and when they do it now, oh no, it got to be a conspiracy. Not no damn conspiracy. And we say it all the time. The quarterback is the most important person on the field. They are treated differently than everybody else. This is happening now. I don't know why it pisses off everybody just because they're doing what we automatically expect them to do anyway.